Hello students, welcome to Web Studies. So today we are going to discuss about the real and the ideal gases. So basically gases are the important states of the matter and their behavior is studied using the various gases law. So these laws are based on the ideal condition which may always apply in the real world scenarios. So let's start with the ideal gas. So basically an ideal gas is a hypothetical gas, but it perfectly follows the ideal gas equation. So basically the ideal gas equation is PV is equals to nRT, where P is representing the pressure, V is representing the volume, N is representing the number of moles, R is representing the universal gas constant and T is representing the temperature. So while studying about the ideal gas, the equation which is PV is equals to nRT is very important. So this is basically the ideal gas equation. So for a gas to be considered ideal, it must satisfy the following conditions. So these conditions are, first is that no intermolecular forces. So gas molecule do not attract or repel each other. Next is that the point mass particle. So the volume of an individual gas molecule is negligible compared to the container's volume. Next is the elastic collision. So molecules collide with each other and the container walls without losing energy. Basically we know that the gas molecules are always in the motion. So while moving they continuously collide with each other and also with the container. But here what we are assuming that molecules collide with each other and container without losing energy. So basically when they collide there is some sort of lose or gain of energy. So but in ideal gas we are considering that there is no loss of energy. Next is the constant random motion. So molecules move randomly in all the directions. And our last assumption is that it obeys Boyle's law, Charles' law and Avogadro law under all the conditions. So these are all about the assumptions of the ideal gases. So now we are going to discuss about the real gas. Real gas, it is basically called as a deviation from the ideal behavior. So in reality, as gases do not always follow ideal gas law, or basically they do not always behave ideally, especially under extreme conditions. So a real gas exhibits deviation from the ideal gas behavior due to some properties, and these properties are high pressure. So basically molecules are forced close together, increasing intermolecular attraction. And next is the low temperature. Molecular motion slows down, making attractive forces which affect gases properties. So due to this behavior, that is high pressure and low temperature, real gases need corrections to accurately describe their behavior. Now next we are going to discuss about the van der Waal equation. So basically it is correction for real gases. So to account for this deviation, basically Jones van der Waals modified the ideal gas equation by introducing two correction factors. The first correction factor is the pressure correction and the second is the volume correction. So basically van der Waal equation is P plus n square divided by the multiplied by A divided by the V square, which is further multiplied by the V minus NB, that is equals to nRT, where A is representing the correction for intermolecular attraction and B is representing the correction for finite molecular volume. So basically if we are considering about the explanation for this correction, let's discuss first about the pressure correction. So real gases experience intermolecular forces, reducing effective pressure compared to the ideal gases. And next is the volume correction. Molecules occupy space, so the available volume for movement is less than the actual volume of the container. So basically let's say we are considering that this is our container and this is its entire volume, but there are molecule within it, and we know that everything occupies space, so does the molecules. So molecule occupy space, so the actual movement for their actual volume for their movement is less than that of the container. This is how van der Waals equation work. Now we are going to discuss about the difference between the ideal gas versus the real gases. So ideal gases and real gases shows various differences among them. So here we are given the properties and we are going to discuss according to the properties what ideal gas and real gas shows. So first is the intermolecular forces. As we discussed before, when we discuss about the assumptions of the ideal gas, that ideal gases shows no intermolecular forces. So for ideal gases there is a negligible intermolecular forces, and for real gases, as it is very difficult for a gas to be ideal, so we always consider about the real case scenario. So for the real gases, intermolecular forces are significant under certain condition. Next we are considering about the volume of the molecule. As when we discuss about the ideal gas, we discussed that we are considering that this molecule does not occupy any space or volume, but so that's why in ideal gas we consider that there is a negligible volume of the molecule. But in case of the real gases, it is finite. As we just discussed in the previous slide, that molecules occupy space. So the real volume for their movement is less than that of the container. Next is obeys PV is equals to nRT. Ideal gas always obeys this ideal gas equation, which is PV is equals to nRT. But real gas not always follows this. It only follow this under low pressure and high temperature conditions. So these are the some key differences between the ideal and the real gas. So till now we have discussed some basics about the real and ideal gases. Now we are going to discuss how we can apply these concepts to solve the JEE Mains problem. So basically we are basically discussing about the some problem solving tips for the JEE Mains. So whenever you sit down and going to solve the problems related to ideal and real gases, keep these tips in the mind. The first tip is that use van der Waals equation for the real gas calculation. So whenever you are calculating about the real gas, always use the van der Waals equation in high pressure and low temperature scenario. The next tip is that determine compressibility factor Z. So you have to determine the compressibility factor Z to access deviation from the ideal behavior. Next is the no critical constant. Critical constants are Tc, Pc and Vc, that is temperature, pressure and the volume constant, as they define phase transition and the deviation. And next is apply graphical analysis to compare isothermal and real gas behavior. So by understanding this concept, you can easily solve all the problems related to the ideal and the real gases. Now we are going to discuss some problems related to this topic. Let's get started. So the first is, under which of the following condition do real gases deviate from the ideal behavior? And we just have already discussed this. Basically we have to discuss what are the condition for which real gases deviate from their ideal behavior. So we are given certain options here. So the first option is given, that is low temperature and high pressure. Second is high temperature and high pressure. Third is low temperature and low pressure, and the fourth one is high temperature and low pressure. As we just discussed, under low temperature and high pressure condition, real gases deviates from the ideal behavior. So we can say that the answer to this is option A. Now we are going to discuss the next related question. Next is that for a real gas, which of the following factor is responsible for deviation from the ideal behavior? So basically we have to choose the correct option for so that the real gas, what are the factors which are responsible for the deviation of the ideal behavior for a real gas? So first is given, that is elastic collision between molecules. Second is given negligible molecular volume. Third is intermolecular forces, and the fourth is infinite compressibility. So basically whenever we are considering about the real gases, the main factor which is responsible for their deviation from the ideal behavior is their intermolecular forces. So we can say that the answer to this is the option C, that is intermolecular forces. So the next question is, which of the following statement about the compressibility factor, that is Z, is correct. So here we are given the four option, and out of this four option we have to find out the correct one. The first is given that Z is equals to 1 for an ideal gas at all condition. Next is that Z is greater than 1, indicated a gas is more compressible than an ideal gas. Z is less than 1 indicate intermolecular attraction dominates, and the last one is Z is independent of temperature and pressure. So from all this we know that when Z is less than 1, it indicates that intermolecular attraction dominates. So from here we can say that for the basically the statement which is correct for the compressibility factor is that Z less than 1 indicates intermolecular attraction dominates. So this is the answer to this question. So from here we can say that ideal gas follows the gas law perfectly, but real gas shows deviation due to the molecular interaction and finite volume. So the van der Waals equation helps correct this deviation. So basically here we discussed ideal gases, real gases and van der Waals equation. So basically ideal gases follow gas law perfectly, but real gases shows some deviation, and then in order to solve this problem van der Waals equation come into the scene, which help us correct this deviation. So when if we understand the differences in this basically the ideal gas and the real gas, it will become very easy and helpful for us to solve this problem. So thank you for watching this. I hope you understood the concept well.